Welcome back in, everybody. Denver Post, 4 downs, Parker Gabriel, Ryan McFadden. It's Saturday. We're out here after officially training camp practice number 2 for the Denver Broncos. 4 downs, 4 most interesting things we saw and heard today. Ryan, we heard from Frank Clark for the first time since Denver signed him to a 1-year deal back in June. What'd you hear from Frank? He was interesting, talking about obviously having played the last 4 years in Kansas City and now being here playing for a division rival.
Yeah, I think, the Frank Clark edition, I think it's huge because you're talking about someone who brings that veteran experience. And not only that, it's someone who has won at the highest level. And when you're talking about a team, especially in terms of the pass rush, where there's a lot of question marks there, even though there is talent in that room, having someone like Frank is huge.
Sticking on defense for number 2, it's number 2, Pat Surtain. Everybody knows he's good. He was essentially like a consensus All-Pro last year. Every All-Pro list that came out, he was a first-teamer. And today was one of those days where it was just like, Denver in 7-on-7, 11-on-11, like you don't even bother throwing to his side. He just like easily knocked away a deep ball for Jerry Jeudy. He's just supremely talented, and it's going to be interesting. I think we didn't see maybe a lot of this today, but it gives a guy like Vance Joseph a lot of options for how he wants to put together a defensive structure when you've got a guy like that on one side of the field.
Oh yeah, Pat Surtain is one of the best corners in the league, and so far through training camp, he has shown that. As you mentioned, the batted down pass down the field that was intended to Jerry Jeudy, and he played tight coverage with him throughout that whole route. And he's just a talented player, and you can see they don't want to throw to him out here on this field.
Even out here in practice, it's like, yeah, we might as well not bother with that.
It's going to give Vance Joseph a lot to work with, to have someone that you can, that on a weekly basis, that's the type of presence he's going to bring. And not only that, like I said, like we talked about last time, that secondary as a whole, they got a lot of talent from the corners to the safety, and Pat Surtain and even Justin Simmons are just top 2 guys in that secondary that just stands out.
Chatted with Chris Manhertz, the tight end, for the first time today, another free agent addition. I had a chance just to talk to them for a few minutes here. Story next week in the Denver Post, but it was interesting listening to Sean Payton. They brought him in for a workout. He's just a tryout guy in New Orleans several years ago, and they were thinking maybe he'd played basketball in college and not football. They thought maybe he was a Jimmy Grant type, and now he's turned himself not into the jump ball player, but into one of the best run defending or run blocking tight ends in the NFL.
Yeah, and that's huge so far. We've seen the Broncos so far during training camp, especially today. It was I felt like they were run heavy today, this afternoon, doing like 11-on-11. And I think having someone who can add that run blocking would be huge for that team.
Last thing, it's Saturday. It's a player day off for the Broncos on Sunday. They'll be back out here on the field on Monday. Interestingly, they're on the field 6 days in a row next week, so it's a long work week next week. Sean Payton said they have practice scripted basically through Monday. So on the off day tomorrow, they go and sort of script the next 7 days. So off day tomorrow, we won't be out here, but we'll have coverage on denverpost.com, and you can bet that they'll be working here. It'll be inside, it'll be off the field, but it's camp, as Sean Payton said. We're on the aircraft carrier, Ryan, for a while here, so it barely slows down. Check out denverpost.com/Broncos for all the latest, and we'll talk to you on Monday. Thanks for watching.